Ladies and gentlemen, there are moments in life when you feel the weight of the world pressing on your shoulders, when the path ahead looks endless and the fire within you begins to flicker. But understand this, the very pressure you feel is not there to crush you. It is there to shape you. Every day you wake up, you are faced with choices. Choices that seem small, but together they decide who you become. Do you stay in bed when the world is moving without you? Do you give in to fear when opportunity knocks? Do you choose excuses over effort, comfort over growth, or doubt over courage? Every choice you make is a brick, and with those bricks you are either building the prison of regret or the palace of greatness. You must decide which structure you will live in. Do not let the whispers of doubt convince you that you are ordinary. Inside you lies the same power that built empires, that crossed oceans, that split the skies with flight, that reached beyond the stars. The same blood that carried warriors, dreamers, and visionaries flows through you. And yet too many live as if they are powerless, as if life is something that simply happens to them. No, life is not meant to be endured. It is meant to be conquered. When struggle comes, and it will, do not curse it. Struggle is the language of growth. Pain is the ink with which your destiny is written. Every tear, every setback, every failure is a chapter in the story of your becoming. Do not run from them, embrace them. There will be days when your strength feels gone, when your body is weak, when your mind is heavy. Those are the days that matter most. Anybody can move forward when it's easy, when the sun is shining, when the path is clear. But it is in the darkness, when the road is steep, when your legs tremble, when your soul is tested, that is where champions are born. Champions are not made of victories, they are made of resilience. And remember this, time is not your friend. It slips through your fingers like sand, and once it is gone, it cannot be reclaimed. You may think you have tomorrow, but tomorrow is a promise that was never made. The only certainty you have is now, this moment, this breath. What you choose to do with it will decide everything. Do not waste it. Do not delay. Do not let the hours slip into excuses, into distractions, into nothingness. Because one day you will look back and realize the greatest thief you ever faced was not failure, not pain, not struggle. It was wasted time. So rise, stand in the storm with your head high, embrace the silence where no applause is heard, respect the pain that is shaping you, honor the time that is running out. Your destiny does not wait, the world does not wait, and the life you dream of is not waiting either. This is your moment. Step into it, claim it, and let nothing keep you from becoming who you were meant to be. Your struggles are not signs of weakness. They are proof of your strength. Too often, we are conditioned to believe that if life is difficult, if the road is heavy, if the burden feels unbearable, then something is wrong with us. We begin to see struggle as a flaw, as a mark of failure, as evidence that maybe we are not strong enough, not smart enough, not worthy enough. But that is not the truth. Struggle is not a sign of weakness. It is the very evidence that you are alive, that you are fighting, that you are moving forward when so many have already given up. Think about the very nature of growth. A seed must crack open in the darkness of the soil before it can rise toward the sun. A butterfly must battle its way out of the cocoon before its wings can carry it into the sky. And every warrior, every champion, every soul, whoever left a mark on this earth was tested in ways that would have broken a weaker heart. Struggle is the weight you lift to grow stronger. Without it, you remain fragile, untested, and unready for the life you claim to desire. Do not mistake the presence of struggle for the absence of progress. In fact, the presence of struggle often means you are on the right path. The heaviest doors guard the greatest treasures. The most beautiful peaks demand the steepest climbs, and the most meaningful victories are always born out of the most painful battles. If you feel resistance, it is not because you are failing. It is because you are forging. You are pushing against the barriers that stand between who you are and who you were destined to be. The world has a way of romanticizing success, of showing you the finished product while hiding the labor, the tears, the setbacks that built it. You see the glory but not the grind. You hear the applause but not the silence. And so you begin to believe that maybe your struggle is unique. Maybe you are the only one stumbling, falling, hurting along the way. But hear this, everyone who has ever risen, everyone who has ever triumphed, everyone who has ever stood in the light of greatness has walked through the shadows of struggle. The difference is not that they never suffered, it is that they never surrendered. Your struggles are shaping you in ways you may not yet see. They are teaching you resilience, building patience, sharpening your perspective, deepening your capacity for compassion. They are chiseling away the parts of you that cannot carry the weight of your destiny. And though the process may hurt, though it may feel like life is breaking you, in truth it is preparing you. The fire you feel today will harden you into steel tomorrow. The pain you endure today will give birth to strength you never imagined. And here lies the paradox. The very struggles you curse today will one day become the stories that inspire others. The wounds you hide now will become the scars that prove survival. The tears you cry in silence will become the rivers that carry others toward hope. You may not see it now, but your struggle is not in vain. It is evidence that you are still in the fight, evidence that you have not given up, evidence that somewhere inside you burns a will too strong to be broken. So do not shrink when struggle comes. Do not curse the storm that beats against you. Lift your head and remind yourself, this is proof, not punishment. This is strength in disguise, not weakness revealed. Because the truth is simple. If you were weak, you would not still be here. You would not still be standing. You would not still be fighting. The very fact that you feel the weight of the struggle means you are carrying it. And if you are carrying it, you are stronger than you realize. Distractions are the enemy of destiny. Every single person on this earth has been given a purpose, a vision, a fire within them that calls them to rise above the ordinary and step into the life they were meant to live. Yet most never get there, not because they lack talent, not because they lack potential, but because they lose themselves in distractions. Distractions are not always loud. They are not always obvious. Often they come disguised as comfort, disguised as entertainment, disguised as the things you tell yourself you deserve after a long day. And little by little, without realizing it, you trade your destiny for moments that mean nothing. Distraction is not harmless. It is a thief. It robs you of the most precious resource you will ever have, time. Every scroll, every hour wasted in meaningless pursuits, every moment given to things that do not move you closer to your vision is gone forever. You do not get it back. You do not get a second chance at the same moment. And the tragedy is not that distractions exist. The tragedy is that so many surrender to them without a fight. They welcome them, they feed them, they live in them. And then years later, they look back and wonder why their dreams never came to life. Understand this, the world is full of noise. The world will always offer you 100 reasons to look away from your goal, 1,000 excuses to delay, endless paths that lead nowhere. But destiny does not wait for the distracted. Destiny requires focus. Focus is the weapon that separates those who rise from those who fade. Focus is the discipline of saying no to everything that does not serve your purpose. Focus is the clarity to guard your energy, your time, your mind from the endless waves of distraction that seek to drown your vision. Greatness has never belonged to those who were easily distracted. It belongs to those who were ruthless with their attention, to those who guarded their hours like treasure, to those who understood that every minute wasted was a piece of their future thrown away. When you study the lives of the remarkable, you will not find people who casually drifted towards success. You will find men and women who cut away distractions like weeds, who refused to allow anything to pull them off course, who gave themselves fully to the mission burning inside them. The danger of distraction is that it feels safe. It feels harmless. A few moments of comfort, a little entertainment, a small delay, it doesn't look like much. But compounded over days, over months, over years, distraction builds regret. And regret is heavier than discipline will ever be. You see, distraction asks for almost nothing in the moment, but in the end, it demands everything. If you want your destiny, you must fight for it. And that fight begins not with giants, but with the small daily choices to resist distraction, to close the screen and open the book, to step into the silence and train your mind to put down the temporary and build the eternal. You must decide what matters most and then protect it at all costs. Because the truth is simple, your destiny is waiting. But it cannot reach you if your eyes are turned elsewhere. You cannot walk the road of greatness while staring at distractions. You cannot build the life you dream of while wasting the time it demands. You cannot fulfill your purpose if you keep surrendering your focus to things that do not matter. So guard your attention, protect your hours, discipline your focus. Because every distraction you resist is not just a small victory. It is a step closer to your destiny. And destiny is too precious, too rare, too sacred to be traded for the empty promises of distraction. Courage is not the absence of fear. It is moving forward despite it. Too many people believe that courage belongs only to the fearless, that those who rise above the rest are somehow immune to the trembling, the doubt, the voice that whispers, you cannot. But the truth is, every soul who ever achieved anything worthy, anything lasting, anything great, felt fear. Fear is part of being human. It will always be there, standing in the shadows of every dream, at the threshold of every new chapter, at the edge of every leap forward. Courage is not about erasing that fear. It is about refusing to let fear decide your life. Fear will always present itself as protection. It will tell you to stay safe, to stay small, to stay comfortable. It will whisper that the risk is too high, that the pain is too sharp, that failure is too heavy to bear. And many listen, many bow to fear's voice and spend their lives standing on the shore, watching others sail into the horizon of their destiny. But courage is the one who hears the same voice, feels the same tremble in the bones, but steps forward anyway. Courage says, yes, I am afraid. Yes, I could fail. Yes, the road may hurt. But my purpose is greater than my fear. My destiny is larger than my doubt. Courage is not loud. It is not always dramatic. Sometimes it is the quiet choice to try again after failure. Sometimes it is the small step you take when your legs are heavy with fear. Sometimes it is just the decision to keep moving when everything in you screams to stop. Courage is not measured in the size of the leap. It is measured in the persistence of the step. Fear wants to paralyze you, to hold you hostage in the prison of what if. What if I fail? What if I'm not good enough? What if people laugh? But courage asks a different question. What if you succeed? What if you rise? What if the very thing you fear is the doorway to everything you've ever dreamed of? Because the truth is, fear and opportunity live in the same place. The moment that scares you the most is often the very moment that can change your life forever. Look back at history, at every breakthrough, every revolution, every invention, Every victory, none of them happened without fear. They happened because someone chose courage. Someone stepped into the unknown, not because they were fearless, but because they were faithful to a vision greater than themselves. Courage is the seed of change, and without it, nothing new is ever born. And here is the beautiful irony. The more you act with courage, the weaker fear becomes. Fear feeds on hesitation. It grows stronger every time you bow to it. But every time you face it, every time you choose action over avoidance, fear loses its grip. You begin to see it not as a wall, but as a test, not as a prison, but as a passage. Courage transforms fear into fuel. Legacy is built by daily actions, not by dreams alone. Too many people live their lives as if legacy will one day appear out of nowhere, as if wishing, hoping, and dreaming will somehow write their name into history. But dreams without action are only fantasies, and fantasies die the moment life grows difficult. Legacy is not built in imagination. It is carved in reality, one choice at a time, one act at a time, one day at a time. Every day you wake up, you are writing a page in the story of your life. The question is, what story are you writing? Will it be a story of hesitation, of excuses, of opportunities missed? Or will it be a story of courage, of sacrifice, of relentless commitment to something greater than yourself? Legacy is not measured in what you intend to do, but in what you actually do. Intention does not inspire the world. Action does. Think about it. The men and women whose names echo through history, whose lives are remembered long after they have gone, were not dreamers alone. They were doers. They woke up every day and aligned their actions with their vision. They did not simply speak of change. They lived it. They did not simply imagine greatness. They built it brick by brick, habit by habit, choice by choice. Their legacy was not a single grand moment, but the accumulation of thousands of small, disciplined acts. And here is the truth. Everyone leaves a legacy. The question is not whether you will leave one, but what kind it will be. Will it be a legacy of wasted time, of unfulfilled potential, of dreams that never left the safety of your mind? Or will it be a legacy of impact, of lives touched, of people who became better because you refused to settle? You may not see the full ripple of your actions, but every choice sends a wave into the future. Your legacy is not just about you. It is about every life that is shaped by what you do today. Do not wait for the right moment to start building it. The right moment is now, because the only moment you are guaranteed is the one in front of you. Dreams of tomorrow mean nothing if today is wasted. Every day you waste is a brick removed from the structure of your legacy. Every day you act, every day you choose discipline over distraction, courage over fear, effort over excuses, you add to it. And one day when you are gone, people will not remember what you dreamed of doing. They will remember what you did. Your legacy is not written in stone. It is written in time. And time passes with or without your permission. Each sunrise is an invitation to build something that will outlast you. Each sunset is a reminder that you have one less chance to do it.